Success. Request all to be seated. Success is not key to the happiness. Happiness is key to the success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. A very warm good morning to everyone present here. I take privilege to warm welcome to all the dignitaries, guests, delegates, faculty, students, and dear participants for the first international conference on cyber physical systems and assistive technologies, CCPSAT 2022. We believe that this gathering can bring the world together, can catalyze an exchange of best practices, ideas with novel perspectives through academicians, scholars, and experts, and also inspire us to find the solutions to the real world challenges through innovative thinking, which makes human life better. Light symbolizes victory over darkness. It makes the beginning more auspicious. So I would request all the dignitaries to come forward to lucid the lamp. Followed by prayer song. I request audience to raise for the same. Please, I request all the dignitaries to come forward. Followed by a prayer song. I request Chandra Prakash sir to sing prayers.
सुंदर वदने सुगुण मनोहरि मंदहासमुग शेषि वदने चंदन कुंकुम अलंकृतने साई महेश्वरी राजराजेश्वरी साई महेश्वरी राजराजेश्वरी राजराजेश्वरी ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति सुंदर वदने सुगुण मनोहरि मंदहासमुग शेषि वदने चंदन कुंकुम अलंकृतने साई महेश्वरी राजराजेश्वरी राजराजेश्वरी ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति
Thank you. Now, I invite dignitaries onto the stage to grace this occasion and to occupy the distinguished chair. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Manisha, Dean Research and Development, KGRCET College of Engineering and Technology, and also General Chair for the CCPSAT 2022 to come onto the stage. Please welcome, ma'am. I request Mohana to offer the sapling. It is my privilege and immense pleasure to invite our beloved principal, ma'am, Dr. Y. Vijayalata Reddy, KGRCET College of Engineering and Technology, to come on to the dais. I request Swati to offer the sapling. Thank you, ma'am. It's a moment of extreme pleasure to invite our young and dynamic visionary leader of KGRCET College of Engineering and Technology. He is none other than Dr. Rohit Pandakatla, Director, KGRCET, to grace the stage. I request Swati to offer the sapling. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request our honorable guest for the event, Dr. A. Rajinikanth, Professor, Department of IT, Chaitanya Bharati Institute of Technology, to come on to the dais. I request Jasnavi to offer the sapling. Thank you, sir, for your presence. To make this occasion more memorable, we have with us our program chair of CCPSAT 2022, Professor J.K. Mandal, Department of CSE, University of Kalyani, West Bengal. Please come on to the stage, sir. I request Jyoti to offer the sapling to sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your presence. Now, I would like to request our guest for the event, Professor Atul Negi, University of Hyderabad, IEEE Chair, Hyderabad section, to come on to the dais. Please welcome, sir. I request Mohana to offer the sapling. Thank you, sir, for your presence. We feel honored to have with us guest of honor. It gives me an immense pleasure to invite Professor Bapi Raju, IIIT Hyderabad. Please come on and occupy your chair, sir. I request Swati to offer the sapling. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your presence. I am privileged to take an opportunity to introduce our honorable chief guest of the day, Dr. Shanta T, Chief Innovation Officer, Telangana State Innovation Council. Please come on to the dais and give her a big round of applause. I request Priya to offer the sapling. Thank you, ma'am. On behalf of Organizing Committee of CCPSAT 2022, I thank today's chief guest of honor, and all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais from bottom of my heart for gracing this occasion to enhance the next level.
Now, it's my privilege to introduce our General Chair, Dr. Manisha. Manisha Godiri, member of IEEE since 2014, received her BTech degree in Electronics and Communications Engineering from JNTU Hyderabad and MTech degree VLSI System Design from JNTU Hyderabad, and she pursued PhD degree in Electronics and Communications Engineering from Birla Institute of Technology, BITS Meshra. She is currently working as a professor and Dean Research and Development in KGRCET College of Engineering and Technology, Hyderabad, and she received approval letters for 200 projects from DST worth of 1.1 crore, and also she received 2 lakhs grant from SAP New Delhi to organize this conference, and she published numerous patents and publications at various levels, and also extended her services as a reviewer and editor in the reputed journal. Thank you, ma'am. And I request General Trade CCPSAT here to address this gathering.
A warm good morning to the Honorable Chief Guest and Guest of Honor, guests, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, participants, and my dear fellow faculty and students. Let us recall our ancient quote, Krunmamto Vishwamaryam, to make the world noble. So as is this first international conference on cyber physical systems and assistive technologies, CCPSAT 2022. It's a premier multi-track conference for advances in cyber physical systems, Internet of Things and its applications, and assistive technologies. It provides a platform to exchange research, innovations, learning skills from industrialists, prototypes, project expo, from the set domains to share ideas, paradigm shifts, experiences surrounding the frontier technologies, breakthroughs, innovations, research findings, as well as initiatives related to the theme of the conference. We have received a grant from Science and Engineering Research Board, New Delhi, for organizing this conference under Seminar Symposia grant. 85 papers were being submitted by various research scholars, academicians, and industrialists across the globe, where only 36% is the acceptance rate of our conference. We are happy to share that we have received 25 plus registrations from different parts of Telangana for exhibiting prototypes on set theme of the conference. Ecosystem partner of this expo is Telangana State Innovation Cell. This expo has been outreached across the state of Telangana by Telangana Academy for Skill and Knowledge task. As said earlier, we have skills by the industrialist practices. We name here it as Youth Parliament. We received 90 plus registrations for Youth Parliament session. This session is being partnered with IEEE Young Professional Society and IEEE Sensor Council. I welcome you all for this mega event in our college, KGRCET College of Engineering and Technology. I wish you all a happy and safe stay. Let us proceed for the inaugural of our proceedings, CCPSAT 2022. The inaugural. It's my honor to introduce our dynamic director, Dr. Rohit Kandagatla, Director, KGRCET College of Engineering and Technology, pursued his PhD in Engineering Education from Purdue University, USA. He has a versatile experience as adjunct faculty, Director, Strategy Operations, Human Resource Development, Graduate Research Assistant, Co-founder, Footstep Educational Services, Academic Program Coordinator, and Business Analyst, Deloitte Consulting, etc. He has published around 35 publications on teaching and learning. Now I would like to request our Honorable Director to speak his vision about this conference.
Warm good morning to all the dignitaries on the dais, faculty, students, participants from other colleges. I welcome you all to the institution for the first international conference on cyber physical systems and assistive technologies. I believe conferences are very important for any academic institution because as institutions, we're expected to become knowledge hubs where we can create knowledge and share it with others that will lead to the development of society. So while we all engage in research individually in our institutions, conferences are a great place for us to bring together other similar like-minded researchers from other institutions. So we share best practices with each other, great innovations and research that can all lead to improving and impacting the society. Both the topics for the conference today, I think, are very important: cyber physical systems and assistive technologies. As an administrator of an institution, I personally believe cyber physical systems is very important in the current context because there's a great drop in demand for courses in electrical, mechanical, or even civil engineering, the core courses. Cyber physical systems is all about how do we integrate AI, ML, machine learning, and other kind of computer science domains into these fields to create multidisciplinary and transdisciplinary experiences. I feel such discussions should happen further so that we can explore how we can have more multidisciplinary core courses that can really benefit in terms of the new century. So I hope you all have great discussions. We share from each other. I've looked at the abstracts of many of the papers. They're very exciting. And I look forward to kind of really interacting with all of you. Apart from that, I think the other topic, assistive technologies, is a big focus for our institution, particularly because we would like to promote our vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat, where we produce and consume local products. In that aspect, there are many challenges available in our institution, in our country, my bad. And we all need to identify critical unmet needs in the community that can be solved through services and products that are innovatively developed in our own country. So this conference will be happening once every 2 years, and we hope to continue having these discussions on year-on-year basis so that we can contribute to this particular area. So I welcome you all once again to the institution. I hope you all feel welcomed, and we really want to make sure that you're feeling very hospitable. So any queries, any concerns, please share feedback from the volunteers so that we can try and best help you out in the next 2 days. Apart from that, I would like to thank all the deans, the HODs, faculty, staff, and students who were part of the various committees to organize this. As a management, I was hardly involved in this entire experience apart from being here. So it gives me great pleasure that you all own this up as your own initiative, and you've initiated it, planned, and implemented it. It shows sign of a great team, and I'm very proud of you all. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Now it's my privilege to introduce today's guest, Dr. A. Rajinikanth, working as Associate Professor, Department of IT, Chaitanya Bharati Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. He is a senior member IEEE. The USA federal government recognized him as individual with extraordinary abilities in education and issued with O1A status visa. And he published 90 plus research articles in various peer-reviewed journals. And he received Best Advisor Award from IEEE Hyderabad section. And he is recipient of the IUCEE Faculty Fellow Award in 2018, Life Member ISDE, member of various committees, and he delivered keynote sessions at various venues. Now I request Dr. A. Rajinikanth to share a few words about the conference.
So very good morning, one and all. Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais. It's a pleasure for me to be a part of this conference. So as proceedings chair, I could see that we have received so quality papers, and uh, we had association with Apple Academic Press. So all the accepted papers will be published in Apple Academic Press, which will be indexed by Scopus once the book gets published. So the topic is so good that more research has to happen in this particular area. And once again to say, I have looked at the quality of the papers, the kind of research work the people are doing in this particular area. It's really encouraging for the research community working in terms of assistive technologies. So with this short note, I once again say thank you for making me a part of this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, it's my privilege to introduce about our guest, Professor J.K. Mandal, sir, Kalyan University. He has around 35 years of teaching and research experience. His area of research is coding theory, data and network security, remote sensing and GIS-based applications, data compression, error correction, visual cryptography, and stereography. He pursued his MSc in physics from Jadavpur University in 1986, MTech in computer science from University of Calcutta. He was awarded PhD in engineering in computer science and engineering by Jadavpur University in 2000. Presently, he is working as a professor of computer science and engineering, and also he rendered his services as Dean, Faculty of Engineering and Technology and Management at Kalyan University, Kalyani, Noida, and West Bengal. He has guided 26 PhD degrees till, and 2 are submitted 2021 and 8 are pursuing under his guidance. He also supervised numerous projects and papers at various levels. He completed 5 sponsored research projects as PI. He has published more than 350 papers in various international journals and conferences. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your presence. Now I request guest Professor J.K. Mandal, Kalyan University, to speak few minutes about this program.
Honorable dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, faculty members, HODs, participants, research scholars and students. This is first occasion I've come to this institute physically, and we have a great bonding with Aminul sir and Manisha. So as a result, so we have thought and we have gone for this conference, which is need of the days, because cyber physical system will be the system of the future, and future growth of the technology will integrate this along with all 5Gs and beyond. This is one aspect. And another aspect definitely for the publication of the proceedings or the papers that will be in a Scopus index journals. So we have tried for your Springer for this time, but this year I don't know what is happening for the Springer, but they are too much stringent. They are giving some very, very less approval for beginners, and particularly those are 1, 2, 3, third of the series. That is there this time. This is happening. So we will have to be much cautious about our proceedings and others, so that in future that we can upgrade it towards the better Springer and Springer Scopus index. Because Springer has also various level of series. They have initial series, they have the Scopus, they have SCI. So this type of things are there. So I think those who will be presenting the papers, so I've seen that papers are good. But I think, don't think that the papers has been accepted, but when it will go to the publication house, please mind that you have to write completely in all respect. And secondly, the suggestions of the judge, suggestion of the floor, when you are presenting your paper, please keep in your mind for your future growth, your growth of the paper, and to upgrade the quality of your paper. This is one thing. And second thing, I'll always suggest you that nowadays you know that there is a rigorous problem in similarity index. So you please keep the similarity index around 10% in additive, and not less than more than 4% in the single source, because this is the standard international norms, but no one will give you this in writing. But you see, they are just only giving the notion that the stringent policy will be followed for this similarity index. But you please think of that situation. Even also, as per the guideline and the government order, GO of the Government of India, 2018, I think you can go it in UGC site, it is available there, that it is also there up to 10%, there is no problem. But beyond 10%, whoever are there, you please check the circular from the Government of India, that beyond 10%, there are some punitive measure, and they have specified that. And for that, I think all of the institutes, I'll request them to govern by that rule particularly, because we have, I think they have suggested two committees. One is IAIP and one is DAIP. That means integrative panel, it is called that. One is from the departments and one is from the institutes. So I think please try to follow all of these things so that this integrity will not be hampered any time. So I think I'm honored that I have been invited here, and I have got the opportunity to interact with you. I think this conference will be a great success, and I think I will ask Manisha to continue with this, and the institute, I'll request that please go ahead, just taking away what we have got the cream of these conferences, so that we can move forward to a greater, better conferences within 5 years, I think, or so. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable suggestions, which are most helpful for researchers who are passionate about research. Now it's my honor to introduce one of the guests, Professor Atul Negi. He is a professor at School of Computer and Information Science of Hyderabad. Previously, he worked as a director at PIES Indore. He published his PhD and MSc. He pursued his PhD from University of Hyderabad. And he graduated with distinction in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Usmania University. And he is a senior member of IEEE and current chair IEEE Hyderabad section. He rendered his services as a volunteer and held various positions in IEEE at various levels since 2011. He has worked as a co-investigator on the Indian Language Resource Center sponsored research projects from DIT, Government of India, and principal investigator for the Robust OCR project, DIT. He was a co-investigator with projects from ISRO, MHA, etc. He was awarded the IEEE Region 10 Outstanding Volunteers Award in 2020. Now I request guest Professor Atul Negi, sir, to speak a few minutes about this CCPSAT 2022.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. I thank Dr. Rohit, Vijayalata, Dr. Manisha, and all the people associated with this conference for me to be here. Indeed, I will sort of reinforce what Professor Mandal has already said, that the topic has a tremendous scope. This is my statement coming off from the recently concluded IEEE Region 10 Humanitarian Technologies Conference, wherein a large number of the subjects and topics are very similar to what is there in this conference. And yeah, I have seen, I have observed institutes like this, they start off the conferences very well, but then the first, after the the grand opening of the first edition, subsequent things is not there. So, but I think you have put in a lot of thought, and the design of the theme and everything has been the putting together such distinguished program chairs and the general chairs and all that. It's really a good feat. Okay, so I think this kind of thing should be carried forward. And maybe how can we extend the program a bit more would be, just instead of just type of oral presentations, maybe posters or some kind of demos also, if we would have, that would be really add much more interest into the proceedings, because I feel that there is a limit to what can be talked about in a academic paper. Okay, because sometimes just it is to sketch out some ideas and things like that, but when you have a proof of concept in front of you, then it sparks so much of interest. In fact, you can go down the line of patenting, entrepreneurship, and things like that. So, and as we are having lots of young minds, they are having lots of ideas, so their thought processes into bringing something into action and production. Actually, the where the assistive technologies is really needed is that all them there are a huge range of the assistive technologies which might be needed. Okay, so just about for, see, we have senses, and there is some need for the assistance in some of the other of the senses. Okay, the most acute visual is the visual sense, and that is where if you read some statistics, huge number of people in our country are losing their sight. One of the things is that it is out of degenerative diseases, it is out of, say, diabetes and things like that. If we can cater and give some assistance to that, that itself is something very, very great. After that, maybe sound and other things like mobility. These are some of the common assistive technologies which we can think about. Unfortunately, maybe in our country, the awareness for having assistance and assistive technology is not so much. Okay, so I feel that it's not just that as academic conference, but if we are able to move this into a social awareness, I think that is really going to serve the spirit of this conference. Okay, I'm extremely impressed by the production of this booklet, the selection of the papers, the thought which has gone into really collecting the good set of papers, and all the the distinguished guests which have been assembled here. So that is kudos to the faculty, and kudos to the organizers who have brought it to this. My best wishes to the conference. Seeing the program here, I wish I could just take 2 days off and sit and listen. Unfortunately, that rarely happens. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for providing the valuable information about assistive technologies and awareness. Thank you so much, sir. Now it's my honor to read the profile of today's guest of honor, Professor Bapiraju Garu. Professor Bapiraju, currently working as a professor in the Department of Computer and Information Sciences at International Institute of Information Technology, Hyderabad. He pursued his PhD from University of Texas in the fields of neural networks, cognitive modeling, pattern recognition. He is an epitome of neuroscientist, psychologist, and mathematician, and an AI expert.
He published around 202 publications in his interested area, and he bagged 5 projects in the field of artificial intelligence. He made numerous research collaborations at various levels of centers. Thank you, sir, for your presence here. Now I request Professor Bapiraj Garu to speak about this program. Please welcome.
Very good morning to all the distinguished guests in the auditorium, my faculty colleagues and students. I'm happy to be here as a guest in the inaugural function of the first conference, international conference on cyber physical systems and assistive technologies. This is a nice combination. I went through the accepted papers and presentations. There's a rich diversity of work in assistive technology, mainly as the name implies, mostly for medical conditions, and in the cyber physical systems. I also noticed there are quite a few papers on very important domains like pollution monitoring, environmental sensing, agriculture, of course, a lot of focus on health, as it should be, applications in health care technologies. And as I also concur with Professor Atul Negi in urging the team at KG Reddy to take this first step is always difficult. I really congratulate the team in taking the plunge and organizing. Right, so it's a very nice lineup of speakers and papers, and it requires tremendous effort of actually moving from your own lethargy and you don't know if it will work or who will come, all that. And so I congratulate Professor Vijayalata and Dr. Manisha for taking this initiative, and the rest of the team that made it a success. And I wish all the participants in advance wishes to have fruitful deliberations in the 2 days that is devoted for this conference. So I wanted to, with your permission, take few minutes to take you through few related things that are happening here in Hyderabad, IIIT Hyderabad, that may be of interest for the audience here and others. Yeah, if you can. So these are what I'm sharing with you briefly, maybe 5-6 minutes. You can talk later, or you can always email me for more details. DST has this national mission for cyber physical systems. And 2 years ago, I think 3 or 3.5 years ago, there was this whole process by which people were asked to submit proposals. And so the technology innovation hubs focusing on cyber physical system. And this is actually called National Mission for Cyber Physical System. And this was started with 25 hubs that are set up at various places in India, most of them IITs, and IIIT Delhi, IIIT Hyderabad, ISA Kolkata. And so these 25 hubs have been given the mandate to work in different directions. It's a 5-year mission project with a good outlay of around 100 crores that is given to each of these hubs. And the focus area for IIIT Hyderabad is data-driven technologies and data banks, data services. Right, I'll give you more details. So here I'm taking this opportunity to give you an idea what's happening and what are the opportunities that exist for all of us, right? We are that to make a difference. One of the key differential aspects about this particular mission, and in general, if you survey the funding patterns within the government agencies, there is more insistence of how do you take the technology to viable products and startups and entrepreneurship, right? So the days of I have 3-year project, I published 3 papers, that is still required. So we have to really gear up to do more than just publishing papers and converting this. So this okay, fine. So this the IIIT iHub data, this each of these hubs is given, it have been asked to give a name for themselves. So we call the hub as iHub data, and our mission is as highlighted here, coordinate and enhance national research and solution development in data related technologies, data banks, data services, analytics. And as you understand, I think most of you know that data is called the new oil for deep learning research, right? So and most of these advanced technologies require a huge amount of data. And one of the flagship classical examples is image processing research, how it took a leap with this huge database called ImageNet. That was started around 2010, 2012, right? 10 years ago, and it immediately had an impact in developing advanced algorithms. So the idea is, the vision is for this hub to develop data sets suitable for developing AI algorithms and that are useful for Indian conditions and Indian problems. So this is the team from IIIT, Professor Jawahar. He's heading the mobility. There are 2 major focus areas, mobility and healthcare. I am looking after healthcare. And Professor Deva is the overall mission director for this. Professor Vikram, who is also part of the organizing committee here, he's looking at data foundation. And Dr. Vinod is looking at cancer related research in healthcare. So there are 3 examples I'll briefly give you. One is a project called iRaste, which is an intelligent solution for road safety. So this is data collection as well as alert generation for safe road transport. And this requires not only sensors on board vehicles like buses, city buses, long distance buses, as well as data that is gathered on Indian roads. So this mission, this case is looking at developing all of these data on highway. This was launched a year and a half ago by Nitin Gadkari, Honorable Minister for Road Transport. And at Nagpur Highway was one of the ones. There is a similar sort of effort in Telangana government has started. So as part of this, the idea is this advanced driver assistive system, driver training with these sensors that are on board, and analysis of the highway system to identify gray and black spots so that some transportation engineering can be done to alleviate these bottlenecks. To make the flow safer and smoother, faster, all that. right? So these are some of the roads that have been surveyed, the length of road network that has been analyzed so far as part of this project. And then as part of this Indian driving data set is being created right now. It's, I think, 5th version. This is an old project that Professor Jawahar's lab has started before this hub, but it's continuing. The idea is we have, as you understand, there's a lot of enthusiasm outside India, especially in the West, about autonomous driving, and you know that it won't work in India, right? I mean, and it's a waste of time for us to think about. I mean, we can drive, we have a lot of people that can help us do that. But can we make that safer, right? And that's the idea. So the images that typically on Indian roads, what is the traffic, what kind of patterns, can we capture this data, annotate, and develop algorithms based on this kind of data for giving warnings, advanced warnings, and these kind of things. Driver assistive systems, right? That's why I like this assistive technology as a, instead of autonomous technology, right? Autonomous, we should take it with a pinch of salt in our conditions, right? There are some niche areas where we may want autonomous system, but assistive system is where I think we should put a lot of our focus. So this is the vehicle that is currently geared up with LiDAR and other camera sensors. This actually goes on roads, both in Telangana area, Nagpur area. It actually records all of this data cleaned up, annotated, is being made publicly available for many of us to contribute many more solutions. So this data effort that's going on, and a similar thing is also being currently under process to do two-wheeler data analysis. So you imagine a two-wheeler with a LiDAR and other cameras, and actually look at, and two-wheelers see the road and traffic in a different perspective, right? We all know that, and most of us, although we like four-wheelers, our typical signature of a two-wheeler is very clear when in our driving patterns, right? So the two-wheeler road data is also being in pipeline. So all these data sets will be available for people to actually work on. Huge, lot of problems that these yet to be solved. The second, so that was the second example. Third example is from healthcare, which I'm part of. Our vision is population scale health and well-being through AI-driven technology. So whatever that can work at a scale, right? So there may be a local system that does diagnosis, but can we scale this? And scaling is possible only with diverse data set being available. So one of our focuses is data collection and development of AI solutions, and take it forward for technology development. In 4 areas: public health, cancer, neuro, mental health, and drug discovery are these 4 focus areas, where this is an example from recent COVID. It's the data collected at Max Hospitals, Delhi, Gandhi Hospital here in Hyderabad, with Intel. Intel has been a partner. We have a IIIT Intel lab called INAI. This is the for Applied AI Center that is set up, and it is also collaborating closely with all these efforts. So this is a pipeline that I will not explain, but about the genome data as well as the blood samples, all of this multimodal data that's collected, and to sort of predict the risk And at one time, we wanted this kind of risk prediction was very critical for a variety of issues, hospital occupancy, survival strategy, clinical intervention strategy. All these depended on these outcomes. The other project that we have is oral cancer screening that we are working with their bus that goes to rural areas for health screening camp. Part of it is oral cancer, breast cancer, lung cancer foundation. So is a expert oncologist available, and these are very difficult to find that will spare 2 days to go on a rural camp and come back. And so what we are doing is develop an assistive system that helps semi or workers, ASHA, and that can use. So, for example, take a photograph to score risk or cancerous at the second center, but so that you can now operate this bus on a more regular basis and not wait for. Right. So one of the other solutions we were thinking of is telemedicine, right? But being able to devote time to this is an issue, right? This gives you flexibility, and these images can be analyzed once uploaded and ready, right? So that this is one solution that we are looking at. And another is we are creating, again, all the data set. One of the mandates is to make this annotate, anonymize, de-identify, make it publicly available so that people can use this further. Indian pathology data set is a similar sort of effort where we take histopathology slides from pathology labs. Right now we are working with NIMS, Apollo, and cancer hospital, regional cancer hospital in Visakhapatnam, where we are getting slides, and idea is to create this pathology data bank so that automated expert oncological pathologists are very difficult to get. I had some number, I forgot. It's of pathologists are fewer, and all of that who have experience in oncology as maybe like 1%. So we need some way to give them a regular pathologist and assistive scheme. So that is the idea of this data bank effort and algorithms being developed. And we have last one slide. We have an internship program that we also run. We take BTech graduates 1-year internship with our team. And this was the first team during the COVID. This was all virtual internship, and many of them actually joined after 1 year. 3 or 4 of them have joined for our master's MS program. It's also a way to sort of excite people to take up higher studies. This is the first batch and some publication that came out. These people really did very good job. And the second, so this was the first team. This is the second one. The third one that's ongoing has started just now in July, right? So that variety of background, these come from all over India. And so in closing, what I would like to say is that colleges, many of the engineering colleges have perhaps at the right time started focusing on AI, ML, deep learning, IoT, cybersecurity. There's a huge push toward imparting knowledge in this, right? And you should understand that all over the world, including India, there is all these data sets that are being created and looking for people like us to take it to the next level, right? Find a solution by designing an algorithm and deploying it and showing its validity, efficacy, and so on. Right, so I urge you to look at this as an example, and there are other data sets and other hubs that doing similar thing. And I wish all of you all the best for the 2-day conference and deliberation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your addressing the gathering in terms of. Thank you, sir. Now it's my great privilege to read the profile of your guest. In BTech in Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering, has earned MS and PhD in New Mexico State University. Had an opportunity to serve the Associate Director of Launch Competition, a Proof of Concept Center, and a Technology Commercialization Accelerator that creates and 10 patents of years. She played a key and market by successfully advancing technologies. Also in University Innovation Fellows. And helped 10 startup scales and raised $2+ million. After living in the USA for 15 years, she accepted the opportunity with T-Hub and relocated back to home with a great zeal to learn, serve, and build the innovation startup ecosystem of India. As the Vice President of Corporate Innovation and Business Development at T-Hub, she was instrumental in establishing partnerships with new corporates and retaining old ones while spearheading various open innovation programs for corporates that are scouting for startups working on disruptive technologies, and also emerging in sectors including agri-tech, fintech, health tech, sustainability, transportation and logistics, smart cities, etc. As a woman thought leader, she has been instrumental in pushing T-Hub's brand to the frontier by educating various state government departments and senior bureaucrats who are responsible for creating innovation clusters in their respective states. With a passion to further serve the state of Telangana, she took charge as an office on special duty for textiles and handicrafts with the government of Telangana to support in promoting its policies and industry establishment. From 1st September 2021, she is appointed as Chief Innovation Officer of the government of Telangana to foster the innovation and entrepreneurial culture that transforms the livelihoods and lives of grassroots innovators, social innovators, and women across 33 districts of Telangana. She presides over several advisory committees and panels that deal with innovation and entrepreneurship. She shares and lives the vision of the government of Telangana in making Telangana as one.
You breathe now, okay?
I'm also part of it. Please.
Yes. Thank you, Samita. I thought and I can talk more, but you already did most of my job. So, first of all, this is like engineering college, the staff, the students, everyone like came from international things and also from the different states of India to come together and this first international conference. I was like 2/3 of my life I was a student, and I really like over here when they were going through their journeys and their comes to publishing papers. I was just recalling like how I published papers in my master's and PhD. Phenomenal job. Congratulations once again to everyone who is here. The institute me over here. To the dignitary, all the esteemed people over here. The network. How would we connect with each other? How would we collaborate? How would we explore synergies? So I was on campus as a student and then started working in various settings. Started kind of connecting all the dots, and what I see is like it's all about like collaboration. 31 papers. I saw the publication, and a lot of work has been done by a group of people coming together and exploring new things, innovation. So in my current role, my job is to kind of foster of Telangana. Have been worked in the US for a bit, and also just innovation campus hub. I got that idea, like innovation horizontal. Abhiraj already explained like what kind of work they are doing. I could connect that, like being an electrical engineer in the innovation space. I could connect dots and say, oh, this is what it is. Innovation is, it's an undercurrent for everything what we are doing. I'm sure that mother also innovates on a daily basis. All of us. So AI, any emerging technology, we are doing tremendously well in India, and we should be proud of it. This is all because of all of us coming together, the change makers who are coming together. Not everyone is given an opportunity to innovate, voluntarily taking that opportunity to innovate. So when it comes to Telangana government, Abhiraj sir already spoke about like what is being done on IT camp. When it comes to AI, ML, creating those data sets, kind of enabling the ecosystem to use those data sets. That is very, very crucial. And we have good number of startups which are getting support from IIIT and the whole ecosystem of Telangana, India, and international ecosystems too. It did not happen overnight for sure. With all humbleness, I'm so happy to be part of this ecosystem. What has happened in the last 6 years, I just witnessed with my own set of eyes. Government of Telangana, youngest, we being the youngest state, Telangana, we thought about how would we put Hyderabad on the map of the world and say like we innovate. And definitely, IIT contribution and also like all the ecosystem players coming together and creating that, I would say, putting that Hyderabad on the map of, in the global setting has come true. Why? Because if you look at all the I hubs and T hubs, B hubs, whatever we have created now, they're gone to the global settings. Now we get to see delegations coming from international countries to our own Telangana to understand what is this ecosystem, how is it self-sustaining, what kind of technologies are being deployed into the market. They are also like looking into how are these guys commercializing these technologies. Phenomenal stuff, right? So when it comes to Telangana State Innovation Cell, as I said, we don't need to innovate sitting only in Hyderabad. We can innovate anywhere, we can come from anywhere, any mandals, any villages, any rural settings, but we still can innovate. Our IT minister, KGRCET, always believes in this concept that, youngsters from the tier 2 and tier 3 cities have a lot of fire in their belly. And we have witnessed that too. He kind of envisioned that, like, in Telangana, we have, being India, in India, like we have a lot of youth, 50% youth, right? So, in Telangana too, the youth is very, very passionate about what they are doing. We are witnessing already, the students of KGRCET and other premier institutes of Telangana, very much passionate. Even today, like when I was kind of driving to the campus, the student Priya, she was talking about what all the things she was doing, and I was like dumbfounded for a second. When I was in my BTech, I was only focusing on the gold medal and like I have to achieve that gold medal. When she was talking about all the opportunities and she's an aspirant for UPSC. She wants to become an IAS officer. I said, like, this is very awesome. Like, may not to be an engineer to end up as an engineer. I'm an engineer, but I'm doing multiple other things, right? So this is where we are innovating our thought process. The mindset shift is happening. Innovation is not just like about like coming up with a new technology or a new product or a service. It's about the mindset shift too. So when we go to these tier 2 and tier 3 cities, we encourage anyone like an unemployed youth or a women or like grandparents or parents like to understand about innovation, entrepreneurship. They are listening about IT minister of Telangana is coming up with T-Hub, B-Hub, TSIC, but they have to understand to what all these organizations doing. Like, we are all state-led entities. So we do go to all the villages across Telangana and we sensitize people about innovation. It's about like teaching them, right? So in fact, a couple days ago, we got all the district officials like who are into the science officers and the education officers under one roof. And we gave them 2 days of workshop on innovation, entrepreneurship. And I went after the sessions. I did not do the openings, but I went after the 2 day session and just kind of had a brief conversation with them on what did they learn. So all these years when we, kind of empowered them to go to villages and like, kind of talk to the Jilla Parishad high school students, especially on science and innovation and entrepreneurship, they just did it for the namesake. This is innovation. You have to come up with like identify a problem or, any challenge that you are wherever you are living in and come up with a solution, right? But when they attended these sessions with us, they got deep insights on why do we need to innovate, and they'll go back and kind of take the right word to the students or whoever wants to innovate. So that is the mindset shift we wanted to create. All these years, with all humbleness, we were doing many flagship programs. Now we are getting to the root and saying like, let's educate the people who are our hands and legs. So we have been doing really good stuff to kind of foster the culture of innovation, and that too across the 33 districts of Telangana. We have a flagship program called Intinta Innovator, which translates to innovator in every household, Har Ghar Mein Ek Innovator. So this edition of Intinta Innovator, we received almost 700 plus applications. And interestingly, diverse group of applicants. It's not just like some women or some school student or most of the time it's like school students who apply. But we got a mechanic to apply. He's innovating when it comes to repairing all the vehicles. So a photographer. So it's like very interesting applications that we receive. And out of them, like, it's about the commercialization too. It's not just recognizing and scouting and recognizing the innovators. How would we take them to the next level? So that's where our expertise also kicks into, and 130 plus innovators will be provided scaling opportunities. We'll be connecting them to subject matter experts like you. If you want to become a mentor to one of our innovators, please do express your interest, reach out to us. We'll be happy to onboard you based on your subject matter expertise, and we'll support them. In fact, Shlok is here. He'll be talking about his work. He's one of our innovators who got scouted through our Intinta Innovator. In fact, he was scouted through Intinta Innovator. Talk to him after we all go away from this setting. So young guy, like he talks about AI, ML, and I believe, So good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Please take a seat. Yeah. Yeah. Go. So the parents are here with him. In fact, like that is the change that we wanted to create. Yes. And Asifabad or Adilabad? Adilabad. Look at that, Look at that, like Adilabad, tribal area. but we have an innovator from that area. His parents are here. Kudos to his parents for bringing him all the way. Yes, I see. Like we don't want to like we don't leave any stone unturned. Like if we see an opportunity, the partnership, like we kind of assess and we take opportunity to use that that partnership. So IRA, All India Robotics Association, was launched very couple days ago, and IRA guys very magnanimously kind of came forward to support Shloka with 5 lakhs, right? 5 lakhs grant money, and also help him build his technology. So that is what, like me being the Chief Innovation Officer, and we have a team of like 7 to 8 fellows working on all these initiatives, but we need more people to kind of support us to take these innovations to the next level. In fact, Savita is also one of our beneficiaries, like I would say, applicant who got recognized by Telangana State Innovation Cell through the assistive technologies, it's through the portrait hackathon, right? Yes. So we did a hackathon for menstrual waste management, and she participated very much actively, and she's one of our finalists. So, yeah. In fact, again, we conducted 2 days boot camp for handpicked innovators, like who are thinking outside the box, who will be our ambassadors. And we I met them Saturday evening, right? In fact, Friday and Saturday. So I met them again to kind of get the feedback, because it's not just delivering, it's not vanishing in the thin air. It's about like are we kind of doing the impact that we wanted to create, that impact that we wanted to create. So again, I interacted with them, and they gave a lot of inputs to us. The next batch will be getting more insights. Yeah. So Telangana State Innovation Cell, under the able leadership of the 2 tall leaders of Telangana, Minister KGR sir and Principal Secretary Jayashaman sir, we created a very beautiful ecosystem, and there is no such thing, like we have all the autonomous, like the power given to us to kind of create programs, create the impact. Our brand ambassadors, Minister Garu and Jayashaman sir, they talk about all our initiatives. When it comes to the assistive technologies part, Telangana State Innovation Cell, T-Hub is focusing on emerging technologies, but some aspects do come on kind of fall on us. One is on any startup which is working in the social impact space. We do help them scale up to the next level. And also the assistive technologies. This is we do every year assistive technologies summit. It's like the 2nd edition is done. The 3rd will be done in December. In fact, what we do is we do call for applications across India. We received a good number of applicants, innovators, startups, and also national institutes to kind of participate, and we did a showcase of their expo of their innovations, all the technologies. Like we got them to college campus, and we showcased to the whole ecosystem. This is our flagship program. To the next one will happen in December 2022. So another aspect for this assistive technologies summit, we partner with the so whenever we do a flagship program, we kind of take our government officials into confidence, because it's not about only private startups are working with private industries, but also they have to work with Telangana government. We have a very salient, beautiful feature in our innovation policy, which talks about if you are a homegrown startup, government of Telangana will become the first customer by lowering down all the procurement guidelines. You don't need to follow the procurement guidelines. So we've been working with 40+ startups. In fact, from the Assistive Technologies Summit, the startups which came from other countries, one of them, other states, in fact, one of them is from Telangana. I just wanted to quote this. Be able, it's a gamified physiotherapy machine. And when our principal secretary and also secretary of WCT Expo, they immediately said, why don't we deploy this machine in NIMS? And that machine is deployed in NIMS over there. So that kind of opportunity is not just like do the expo and then go away, right? So even in this conference, I want you guys to kind of come together and see how would you commercialize these technologies that are being presented, the 31 technologies that are presented in the the group. So commercialization is the key. and we'll be happy to support if there are any technology. Yeah, so good stuff is happening, and we should continuously like do learning and relearning and unlearning. All national institutes, premier educational institutes are doing a lot of stuff when it comes to AI, ML, all the emerging technologies. We are not too far behind like the developed countries, whatever is happening in the developed countries. So we have seen what is happening in the developed countries, and then like now we are witnessing what is happening in India too. So good to be part of this ecosystem now. Like we are also learning a lot. This is an emerging ecosystem, and we are learning a lot. Telangana state is providing a lot of opportunities for youngsters like you to leverage and grow forward. I would say gone are those days when we always used to request educational institutes to kind of just focus on bringing campus interviews and all those companies to get hired. Now is the time to launch our own entrepreneurs from the campuses. So rather than students seeking job, they have to become student, the student entrepreneur providing jobs to peers and also like the other students of Telangana. So this is the time we have all the resources in place. When we were, when I graduated like a decade to sorry, 25 years ago, things were very different, but now things are very different. This is the time for you to leverage all those opportunities and grow forward. Shloka, you already saw like, what kind of mindset things coming to and seeking all our help. So this is the time, and I wish all of you guys the best, and keep following Telangana State. To understand like what is that we are doing for you guys to grow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your assistance to address the gathering with your experiences in terms of innovations and ideas, opportunities for innovations and entrepreneurship ecosystem. Once again, thank you, ma'am. Now, it's our chief guest. It is an honor and privilege to felicitate our chief guest, Dr. Shanta T, CIO, Telangana State Innovation Council. I request Dr. Rohit Kandakatla to felicitate our chief guest. And also, I request our principal ma'am to join in this occasion.
So we have to shy away from all these felicitations. Dr. Rohit kind of make a note, because I always believe in like giving. So all these innovators, especially who are coming from rural settings, they are seeking opportunities to kind of scale their technologies. So we shy away from all these things and rather support these innovators. So we should do that. Yeah. Going forward, probably like and also like faculty members like Samyukta, who she is going above and beyond, right? So yeah, we should support people like this. But this time, like we have to continue.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your presence and delivering the valuable information. Thank you so much. Now I request Dr. Manisha ma'am and Dr. R.S. Jagidhar sir, Controller of Examinations, KGRCET, to felicitate our guest of honor, Professor Babiraj Garu, IIIT Hyderabad. Please, sir. I request our Dean Academics, Dr. Jayhari sir, to join this occasion.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Madhusudan Nair, sir, Dean IQAC, and Dr. Suryanarayan Reddy, Dean Admissions and Publicity, Brand Building, to felicitate our guest, Professor Atul Negi, sir, University of Hyderabad, IEEE Chair, Hyderabad section. Please, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Daniel Prabhakar, sir, Training and Placements, Dean, and Dr. L.V. Reddy, sir, Head of the Department, CSE, to felicitate our guest, Professor J.K. Mandal, sir, Kalyan University. Please, sir, please join the occasion. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. M.N. Narsaya, sir, and Dr. Mukul Srivastava, sir, to felicitate our guest, Rashnikant, sir. But, sir, due to some urgency, I request Manisha ma'am to receive this and to hand over this.
Sir, please come.
Sir, please.
Sir, please come. Next, I want to felicitate Shloka also. So, Shloka, please, on the stage. It's my pleasure to felicitate you. I request the principal ma'am to felicitate you. Now I request Dr. Uma Maheshwari, convener of CCPSAT 2022, to deliver vote of thanks. Sir, please. It's the time to convey our gratitude. It is my privilege to have been asked to deliver a vote of thanks on this occasion. I, Dr. Uma Maheshwari, convener CCPSAT 2022, First International Conference, and entire team and management behalf of, I extend my big thanks to the Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Shanta Toten, Chief Innovation Officer, Government of Telangana, for accepting our invitation in her busy schedule and sharing with us the best practices of innovation and startups. Really, it was inspirational to all of us. And also express my gratitude to Dr. J.K. Mandal, sir,
Program Chair CCPSAT 2022 for extending his support and guidance point to point in many aspects from since December is indelible. In fact, the name of the conference is also suggested by him only. Big round of applause him. And I take this opportunity to extend our sincere thanks to the guest of honor, Dr. Babiraju sir, Professor IIIT, for sharing his work and applications for stimulated our brains. And my work is also a bit relevant to you, sir. I'll meet you later. Thank you. I must appreciate your presence on this occasion, our guest of honor, Dr. Atul Negi, Chair IEEE Hyderabad section, to make this event splendid. I also wish to express my gratefulness to Dr. Rajnikant, Professor CBIT, for your support and cooperation as publication chair. It is meritorious all the speakers online and offline across the world for accepting our invitation, irrespective of their time zones and also their busy schedules, to share their findings and opinions for 2 days. We also thank our adjunct faculty of R&D for assisting throughout the conference. Rome wasn't built in a day. It requires meticulous planning and execution, we believe so. But it was possible with our committee members of TPC, advisory committee, and all the organization committees, office staff, sub-staff, and who are supported directly and indirectly to make this event triumphant. We are also jubilant and grateful to the Science and Engineering Research Board for granting 2 lakh rupees to support the event doing in a big way. We must convey our sincere thanks to our ecosystem partner TSIC, Telangana State Innovation Cell, for providing their support in the organization of Project Expo to take this event next level. And also extend my thanks to the task Telangana Academy for Skill and Knowledge for overreaching this event prevalently. Eventually, we must thanks to the management for facilitating in all means, respected principal, deans, HODs, faculty, and dear participants. Last but not the least, no bees, no honey. It is not possible to make any event successful without them, the students. A special big thanks to the students for their support beyond their comforts. A big round of applause to them. Thanks for being with us. Firmly, I can say that this pleasant ambience left us everlasting impressions on our minds. It's been a great pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Now I request all dignitaries to visit our Project Expo and poster presentations, which is done by our participants and students. Please join. Thanks. And I request all the faculty members and the student participants, faculty participants to be here, followed by we have the keynote session. I request Umashankar sir, please join here for the further proceedings of keynote session. I request faculty members and student participants, students to be here for the keynote session. Now, sir, congratulations, sir. Student comment. I request all the students to come front and occupy the seats here. I request all the participants and students to occupy chairs in front. Now we have a keynote session. The keynote speaker for today's session is Dr. Lalit Gar. Please welcome, sir. And Lalit Gar is a senior lecturer in computer information systems at the University of Malta and an honorary lecturer at University of Liverpool, UK. He has been a researcher at the Nanyang Technological University, Singapore, and Ulster University, UK. He has supervised 200 plus master's dissertations, 2 DBA and 2 PhD theses, and published 150 plus high impact publications in referred journals, conferences, books, 5 edited books, and 22 patents. He has delivered numerous keynote speeches, organized, chaired international conferences, and consulted numerous public and private organizations for information systems, implementation, and management. His research interests are business intelligence, machine learning, data science, deep learning, cloud computing, mobile computing, and Internet of Things, information systems, management science, and their applications, mainly in healthcare and medical domains. He participates in many EU and local funded projects, including a €1 million capacity building project in higher education titled Training for Medical Education via Innovative E-Technology and Malta Council of Science and Technology Space Research Funds. The University of Malta has awarded him the 21-22 Research Excellence Award for exploring novel intelligent computing methods for healthcare requirements, forecasting, allocation, and management. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your presence in this keynote session. Please, I'm handovering the session to Dr. Lalit Gar, sir, for today's presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Reddy, for such a nice introduction. I'm not sure if you are able to hear me well or you are finding it difficult. Hello. Hello, are you able to hear me? Hello. Hello. Are you able to hear me? Wait for a while. Sorry for that. I'm not sure if you are able to hear me.
Hello.
Hello, yes. Are you able to hear me?
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, yes. Am I audible?
Hello.
Hello, yes. Hello. Hello. Are you able to hear me? Hello. Hello. Am I audible? Hello. Please confirm if I'm audible. How is that? Hello. Hello. Am I audible? Please confirm. So please confirm if you are able to hear me. Hello? 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 My apology for if you are not able to hear me.
Hello, sir, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Now we are listening your answer. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so that's good. Thank you. And sorry for this issue. I don't know what was wrong.
I'm handling it.
Okay, so let me start. First, thank you very much indeed for the invitation and having me here. And yes, I greatly appreciate your interest. You all are doing great. I can understand. And before this, there was a session on innovation. So I can see you are highly innovative and already contributing a lot in this domain, starting your own innovative startups and contributing to the society. So now you are switching from job seeker to job creator. So that's good. This is my tiny island country, Malta. It's a founding member of European Union. So the topic of my talk is extended health intelligence and Internet of Things based digital twins. I'm sure you all are aware about digital twins, but not then I will explain you. So thank you, Dr. Reddy, for the nice introduction. So I'm almost 8,000 kilometers far from your excellent university, okay, KG Reddy College of Engineering and Technology, okay, or 12 hours journey. A comparison between Malta and India. So India can have more than 3,000 Malta in terms of population and more than 10,000 Malta in terms of area. So you can understand how tiny our island is. But the life expectancy is quite high, second highest in the world. And human development index is also quite high compared to India and many other countries. And unemployment rate is also among the lowest in the world, even after COVID or during COVID. We kept that, so our GDP is doing great. Well, absolute GDP is far less than India, obviously, because of our size. But per capita GDP, you can understand it's almost 17 times than India. And still health spending is 9.3% of our GDP, which is quite high. You can understand compared to India, almost 30 times more we are spending. So our health spending is increasing and India is steady in terms of proportion of GDP. Well, why I'm comparing these, I will let you know very soon. So Malta is a world capital in iGaming. Almost if you are playing internet games, you might find these are licensed by Malta, almost 60% now. It's also hub for blockchain, DLT and cryptocurrency. We are the first country in the world which recognized blockchain and cryptocurrency, and then hub for offshore banking and favorite location for short films. So you might have seen Game of Thrones. So you might have a link of Malta's. You might have seen Malta there, or these are Hindi movies like Bharat, Thugs of Hindustan, Charas. So as this topic is based on healthcare. So we have to first see what are various global health challenges. So you can see there, the biggest are chronic diseases due to or lack of obesity, then aging, then another big challenge the world might face very soon is drug resistance or hospital acquired infection and medical errors. You might be surprised. Almost 1/3 of all who are visiting hospital as patient might suffer with hospital acquired infection or drug resistance or some medical errors. So total avoidable deaths in hospital might be reduced if we are able to control these. Then another big issue, which is also fueling all these issues, is global warming and pollution. And COVID-19 have shown us that health inequality is also a big issue. Like someone infected by COVID in China can easily infect you in India or in Malta. So how connected we are in this world? Okay, it won't take more than few months to reach that. So if you want to be healthy, it also depends on how others or how healthy others are. So you have to provide health access to them. That's important. Otherwise, the next challenge, infectious or zoonotic diseases and viruses might threat to your health. Then even bigger pandemic the world is experiencing is stress and sleep apnea. So that is claiming more lives than this pandemic, COVID-19. And another evolving domain of healthcare is relationships and social health. So you might realize your health largely depends on your relationships and your social activities. Okay. Well, I'm not talking about social distancing, but yes, all social activities. So on social media or physically. Okay. So if your relatives are not healthy, you might not remain healthy. They might, or your relationship might make you suffered with chronic diseases or many other issues. So finding the right relationship and keeping the right relationship is gaining importance. So this is the new domain of medicine, and you might realize that in the future, this will take over all other domains of medicine. So to deal with these challenges, we have some technologies, thankfully. So first is extended health intelligence, like predictive and prescriptive analytics and digital twin. We will discuss these on more details. Then sensor networks, so smart wearables, cyborgs, satellites, wireless sensor networks, and other IoTs to transfer data. So sensors are for collecting data, for transferring data. We have 5G and 6G we are working on. Once we analyze these data and through extended health intelligence and transfer them, then we need actuators in terms of robotics to take actions on the decisions made by extended health intelligence, and some other techniques which are related to biology but are possible because of development in information technology are gene editing, genomics, epigenomics, proteomics, and metabolomics. I would definitely refer to CRISPR, which changed the genomics and epigenomics. And the enabler for all these developments are globalization and economic growth. Unfortunately, these things are threatened by pandemic and recent war between Russia and Ukraine. So why extended health intelligence? Well, human intelligence is limited with data collection Okay, and it might be biased or incorrect. Limited with knowledge processing capacity, again, it might be biased. And limited with actions or feedback it can gain, so limited learning. While in case of extended intelligence, you might utilize machine learning tools and sensor networks to collect unlimited data and ensure its correctness. You can process almost with infinite capacity through distributed networks, and you can again ensure the processing is unbiased. How, I will let you know in later slides. And you can take action on these through simulation, so not actual action, through simulation, and see the outcome so that you can learn from that outcome. That's called reinforcement learning. If outcome is incorrect, you change your knowledge collection and knowledge processing to improve your outcome. Okay, so there is a feedback loop which helps you to improve your decision making. Okay, so you can easily understand how powerful extended intelligence is, equipping you to make fast decisions, unlimited decisions, and accurate decisions. So can we use these in healthcare? We will see shortly. But there are first issues with human intelligence we will discuss in more detail, because ultimately extended intelligence will be used by human, and human is an integrated part of extended intelligence system. So the biggest challenge is cognitive biases. Okay, so that is from the beginning of our mankind. So you remember, or in many religions, they believe the world started with Adam and Eve. Even a very good novel John Milton wrote. They were in Eden Garden. They were happy. I don't know why it is considered as a heaven on earth. There were no clothes, no houses, but that's a beautiful garden. They were able to do anything, but forbidden to eat this forbidden fruit, which is actually the fruit of knowledge. But they tempted because it was forbidden to eat. So Eve ate first and then Adam, and they were thrown out of that Eden garden. And that is the region of all our curse. Is that true? Means indirectly it is trying to say knowledge is the region of all our sufferings. Is that true? Well, famous quote from Thomas Gray, where ignorance is bliss, 'tis folly to be wise, which is proving the same thing. We did a survey here in Malta, and we realized the happiest people are those who are not having much political knowledge or no political knowledge, and not having much knowledge about what is happening in other side of world, and they are busy with their agricultural related work. So they are, yes, lack of knowledge is making them happy, but at the same time that is affecting their life expectancy, or maybe sufferings with diseases and all these might, because knowledge is helping to get away from these sufferings. So let's see. Knowledge, the most knowledgeable person on this earth, Isaac Newton. So he was so knowledgeable that even a simple normal phenomena like an apple was falling from the tree, he observed, and he started thinking, why is it falling from the tree? And you might be realized he had the worst loss in the history of economics. So I don't know, he was the happiest or the least happy person. So that apple fruit was the forbidden fruit here, and this fruit made him knowledgeable. And suddenly you might realize, what is this? So the largest in terms of market capitalization, organization realized this and they started disseminating knowledge through their small devices called iPhone, and they are the world leader now. So knowledge is giving them power to lead the world and making them, their employees, or even their customers happy. So still not answered well. So is knowledge really a curse or a boon? Let's see. So this is another famous story. Della and James were in love, but poor. They wanted to give each other something precious. So they decided to sell their possessions to buy a gift for others. So Della was having beautiful hair. She needs a hair clip, and James was having a wristwatch, an old wristwatch. So the wristband need to be changed. But Della got cut her hair and James sold his wristwatch to buy a gift for each other. When they met, love was in the air. So this was a happy ending. Although their gift was of no use. Was it really a happy ending? We tried. This happened. So I don't know how it is that happy ending, maybe before marriage, after, whatever. So this is giving you an interesting perspective. This is not the knowledge which is creating you suffer or sorrow, but half knowledge or less knowledge is the reason for that sorrow. Okay. So you have knowledge, but you do not have full knowledge, or you are not able to understand or predict correctly what is going on at other side. In other words, in technology, we call it systems approach. So you are not having a complete system. Incomplete system, you are perceiving as a complete system. So how to solve this problem? This particular problem in the story can be solved by human behavioral modeling to understand what might be the next move of the other person, or modeling the effect of others' behavior using game theory, modeling of cultural, social, economical, financial, and environmental effects using big data analytics. Most difficult, modeling spontaneous or uncorrelated changes in sentiments using sentiment analysis, and to understand the difference or to model or characterize the difference between reality and perception. You know, in the stock exchange, only 6% moves are based on your previous experience or perception. The remaining 94% are real, but nothing to do with your perception. Okay, so that's why many times we call it by chance, but that is not true. We do not do, or our perception is taking over on reality for our decisions, and that's why we lose. Okay, so it's important to understand the difference between reality and perception, or extracting the reality from perception. Okay, another interesting example I can give is whatever happening in this war between Ukraine and Russia. They might have easily modeled that before taking their moves, and they might have taken or avoided this war completely, because that's not helping unless they are having some other hidden agenda. So perception and reality might be opposite of each other. Well, this is well described in our holy book, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Karmandevadhkaraste ma phaleshu kadachan ma karma phaletu sango asti karmani, means, again it is saying, you can not know everything. So take decisions based on your confidence on your knowledge. Okay, but do not think, okay, that you know everything, because you cannot predict the outcome of your work, which also depends on many things which you do not know. But thankfully, through technology, we are working on on systems to know what is going on at other ends, so that we can collect as much as possible knowledge and create a systems approach or complete system. Okay, so for that, we started with artificial intelligence. So this is the first algorithm in artificial intelligence, you might be aware. So it's called hill climbing. So if you are here, you can see this and you can consider this as a global maxima, which might be incorrect. Similarly, if you are here, you can see this, you can't see this, and you might consider this as a global minima, which might be incorrect. So your decisions are short-sighted. Okay, so this plays a big role in economy. So if you are here, okay, so we will come to this shortly. Okay, so for that, I should take a very interesting example. This is 24th February 2022. What happened on that day? Russia, I don't know, they call it a special military operation or whatever. So there was a military action between Russia and Ukraine. But interestingly, can you see here? Okay, this is okay time 12:06. Okay, in fact, here Russia attacked on, or I don't know, a special military operation started at this point. Okay, so before that, you know, Nasdaq took a swim. Why is it going down before this is happened? But as soon that special operation started, market took a jump. So market was celebrating. This is special operation started, even it went over this. Why is that? There was a huge uncertainty. Okay, so this is all these things are uncertainty here because we were not aware what might happen in the future. Okay, so there was huge uncertainty if there will be war between Russia, Ukraine, or there will be war between the US and Russia, you know, and that tension was from some time. So, but as soon that happened, uncertainty wiped out. So they were aware what might happen. So the market started celebrating. So not only Nasdaq, even Dow Jones or all markets across the globe started celebrating that. Okay. Here the US stock started. So, sorry, the President Biden started his address here. So after that address, they came to know that, okay, US is not actively taking part in this war. So that jumped a lot. Okay. So you can understand market hits uncertainty. Okay, but not only market, everywhere uncertainty is creating the big problem that is affecting your decision badly. Okay, so go back to our hill climbing. So if you are here, you can only see this. So you are not confident if this is global maxima or local maxima, then you will take a very short-term decision. Okay, if you are taking short-term decisions like, okay, which government you need to elect or which policy government should make, if they are making policies for getting benefits quickly, then the economy will not do well in long run. So the country might remain undeveloped. Okay, so this duration might be few months maximum. Okay, then if you are here, okay, you can see global maxima, but you can't see global minima. So still you are not 100% confident. So in that case, you will take medium term decisions. Okay, so maybe for a few years, 1 year, 2 years, or maximum 5 years. Again, after 5 years, the result of these decisions might be drastic. So your country might remain developing, not developed. But if you are aware about global maxima, then you will take the decision for very long term, and it will keep the nation developed. Okay, there will be less uncertainty, more stability. Okay, so you can easily understand these. Now, if you are not able to understand this effect, you can understand here. So another artificial intelligence algorithm, which is called greedy algorithm. Okay, So if there is huge uncertainty, you will take decision only till here. Okay. So which is the for the next move. So which is the best next move? Okay. So you might be aware about best first search, which is based on greedy algorithm anyway. Okay. So you will go to this, or if this is, then this. Okay. But then you will decide here, should you go here or here or here? Okay. So yes, then you will decide, should you go here, here, where? Okay. So yes, here, then you will decide, okay, but you will realize here the total route is far longer than if you have made the decision for long term, exploring all possible ways, okay, till the end before you start. So if you do that, then you will require to travel less or spend less energy and money, and that makes you develop. Okay. So you can easily understand how connected these are and why you are taking short-term decisions and long-term decisions. When there is uncertainty, you will take short-term decision, while when there is certainty, you will take long-term decision. This is true otherwise as well. Like if you want to ensure uncertainty, start taking long-term decisions and you will have certainty. Everything is, all institutions, if they are taking long-term decisions, then things will be certain and you will develop fast. Okay. So, and not only as a nation, but as an individual, if you take long-term decisions. So like if you are doing undergraduate, if you take decision, what will you do or how you see yourself after 20 years, that decision might be better than if you just make a decision, what will you do just after completing your degree? Okay. Because if you are not able to do whatever you were expecting just after completing degree, you might feel lost and your decision might not be as reliable. While if you take, all right, after 20 years, I see myself at that point, or I have to reach there, then you might find another way. All right, you are losing this at right now, this path is not helping you, you might find another path. So you can easily see, if you can plan long term, you might be a winner, or you have a better probability of win the situation. Now, why we are taking short-term decisions, okay, or wrong decisions, or why we are avoiding planning for long-term? Because of biases. So some of the biases are optimism bias. Okay, for example, COVID might affect everyone else in the world, but not me. I'm having resistance. Okay, that's what everyone was feeling that time without realizing there is a statistics. Or another optimism bias, which is affecting me as well. Okay, so like if you are going through a route which is quite dangerous route, but if you travel it well, safely, then next time you will be more confident. Then next time you will be more confident. If this is a accident prone route, statistics might not change, but your perception will change. You might be optimistic that, okay, this route is the safest route, which is not true. Statistics will remain the same. Okay, so that's optimism bias. Similarly, pessimism bias, if on a route which is the safest route, okay, for example, if you are taking flight, okay, but as soon you will hear there is a flight accident, which is statistically still safest, but your perception will be flights are not safe. Statistically, the safest mode of transport or travel is flight, but because we hear about these accidents, we perceive, no, these are having more accidents, so we are pessimistic. Similarly, at the time of COVID, people started thinking the world is gonna end, so we have to move back to our home. Big cities are experiencing more COVID without realizing this is not true. So they were suffered with this pessimism bias and spreading the disease everywhere, because wherever they are going, if they are infected, they are taking virus with them. So that affected. Okay, and second wave was, and even the first wave was the result of that pessimism bias. There might be many more biases. Okay, so I'm not discussing all these biases, but I'm just listing them so that if you are interested, you can go through. Okay, the one which affected us a lot during COVID-19, or even time of economy, or time while we are taking financial decision, is exponential bias. Okay. Then reciprocity bias or ratio bias. Okay. So there are many biases, and that affects our perception. So our perception is making our decisions highly biased, as we have already seen. So the same in our healthcare system. So we have to understand our healthcare system, which is a complex system. Okay, so we have two types of healthcare systems, and some are having both healthcare systems in parallel. So public and private healthcare systems. So private healthcare system, some patients want cheap care, while others want luxurious because they can pay. So some hospitals are even better than 5-star hotels. Health providers want maximum profit. Maximum profit means maximum hospital visits and maximum readmissions. Yes. So, or if they are charging for every day, then maximum hospital duration of stay. Okay, so that's at the time of COVID-19, can we make extra hospitals instantly? Can we make extra beds available or professionals available to run these hospitals? Well, that's a big question. Or theoretically, not easy to have that. Okay. Then even if you have that, then what will you do with these hospitals once COVID is over, like now? Okay, so that's a problem. Then public healthcare system, like in Malta, we have only public healthcare system. Okay, so everyone gets the same healthcare. Health providers want minimum cost. Minimum cost means limited resources, least duration in hospital, and minimum admissions. Okay, my work has been mainly to find out what might be the optimum way, because least duration in hospital means early discharge. Okay, as well as minimum admissions means waiting list, and sometimes waiting lists are so long that many patients might even not able to survive while waiting for their turn to be seen by a doctor. So, and sometimes you discharge early because of least duration in hospitals, and that results in readmissions. And that readmissions might be more than if you might have kept them longer. So that they will contribute towards waiting list. So many hospitals across the globe are suffering with this long waiting list, and many countries are struggling, even governments are changing because of long or ever increasing waiting list. Okay, so that is actually representing a poor healthcare system. So public outcry. To deal with that, there will be a preference system. So everyone will not get the same healthcare. Preference means if there are exactly two patients, exactly same two patients, they use some means to treat one patient over another, or giving preference to one over other, maybe relative, maybe I don't know, financial status. Okay, so everything, but in that sense, every will not get the same healthcare. We call it corruption. Okay, so to deal with, you might suggest to add more resources, means which might cost, okay, and reduce the waiting list. Okay, so also longer hospital stay because you have more beds available, minimum readmissions, but that might result in more patients being treated, but at the same time underutilization of resources or misuse of resources. Okay, many times we call it care holidays, even patients or are artificially creating problems so that they can get a bed in hospital. Okay, if there is no waiting list, then they might be prevented from this because they still need to wait, and unfortunately that misuse is taking many lives. Okay, so some waiting list might form. So we need to decide the optimum resources or optimum waiting time, optimum hospital stay, minimum readmissions, and optimum patients number, optimum utilization, okay, minimum misuse of resources, optimum cost because taxpayer money is being utilized. Or even if you are having a private hospital, then you might lose, so you have to keep your profit. So some waiting list. Okay, so for that You have to do proper planning, long-term planning, as we have discussed, continuously adding resources if population is increasing or changing, and you have to do resource requirement forecasting through admission rate estimation and length of stay estimation. Okay. Taking the scenario of COVID, again, the same question. Can we add resources instantly? Okay, so we call it requirement burst. Okay, so there is huge requirement instantly, and then the requirement is slowing down. So what will you do of additional resources once that burst is over? Okay, and bigger challenges, can they make more hospitals or employ more health professionals instantly, because a medical degree takes 5 years to complete, and then you need some experience and all these. So what is the solution? Thankfully, we have a solution. So keep a hospital bed booked for us always. So as soon someone was born, you can have a hospital bed reserved for him, but then who will take care of that bed? Okay, so financially that might not be viable. So you do statistics, okay, and find out how many optimum beds you require. And another technology developing is home care. Yes, you have quite expensive homes, so why can't you have home care resources available there? Okay, so again, having sufficient professionals might be a challenge, but through e-medicine, you might deal with that challenge. Okay. So you can easily see here, our healthcare system is a complex system where multiple entities are interacting with each other and affecting each other. Okay. So to deal with that, we need extended health intelligence. Okay. So for example, COVID-19, so it's not only just a medical problem, it's a social problem, political problem, cultural community, affecting all walk of our life. So we can't make just a medical solution of that. And we have already seen, like we were following social distancing, we were following many other policies. Okay, even economically it is suffering us badly. So to deal with that economic impact, many countries were following policies minimizing social distancing or opening up. So you have to have a holistic solution taking care of all aspects, so not just medical aspect. Okay, so for these we need new development using extended health intelligence. It's called predictive analysis, where we try to predict what are various health issues a person might experience, what is the probability or when he might experience these, and for that we prepare our healthcare system. So for that we use genetic makeup, genomic profile, present health status called phenotype, environmental factors like weather, pollution, geography, diet and medicine, sleep, stress, relationships, okay, social aspect of that person, exercise, therapy, okay, and also economical status of that person, okay, to predict the disease risk. Okay, then once we are able to predict that, we can prescribe to avoid or prevent from that disease. Okay, so we use prescriptive analysis. So we prescribe the patient well ahead so that he or she can minimize that disease risk or health issues. Okay, so again we use the same data. Okay, and we also try to control these factors. So controlling environmental factors, controlling diet, medicine, sleep, stress, lifestyle changes, exercise therapy, medical tests, investigations, treatment, surgery, gene editing, and precautions and monitoring. So we prescribe all these things depending on what is needed through prescriptive analysis. So if we combine these two in our system and continuously monitor a patient to avoid all these issues, to ensure well-being and health of that patient, it's called digital twin health, okay, or digital U. So we will discuss that just after this. So this is an interesting project, okay, based on digital twin of Earth. So not only that person, but for the earth, we are using prescriptive analytics. Okay, so first we are analyzing, or we are using predictive analysis, and then we will go for prescriptive analysis. So it is satellites and data-based public health resource requirement forecasting and alerting system. Okay, so partners are from various domains. Okay, so like from the hospital, from meteorological organization, and health information and research, that's Ministry of Health here. Okay, and we got only 150,000 initial funding, then it might be extended by Space Research Fund 2021 and waiting for 2022. Okay, Malta Council for Science and Technology in collaboration with the European Space Agency. So digital twin of Earth started in 2020 by ESA. Okay. So our project is just a part of that. So what they are trying to do is they are trying to make a replica of digital replica of Earth, where all the activities happening in Earth are mimicked. Okay. So that we can see how various activities are interacting with each other. For example, weather, for example, ocean activities, okay, and how these are affecting life on this earth. Okay, so monitoring environmental threats like rising sea levels, increasing ocean acidification, more intense. Okay, so all these we will see them in more detail here shortly. So this project, so do you want to forecast the number of hospital admissions to ensure bed availability, to estimate waiting time, to have healthcare professionals available, and analyzing climate change impact on public health? Do you want to understand your disease risk, okay, and then minimize that disease risk, assist correct diagnosis, and take care of your health to better and for hospitals, do you want to estimate length of stay, so how long each patient will stay, so that you can ensure optimum capacity planning, have a better discharge planning, and optimize resource utilization and management, and to understand weather impact on disease spread, okay, or to prepare healthcare system to make public health policies and alert for public. Okay, so all these are part of, or we are solving all these issues, are answering these questions through our Satellite for Health project. So this is more about the combination of digital twin of Earth and Satellite for Health.
Our Mother Earth, the only planet in the solar system, accommodates many species, including us. Complex life on Mother Earth requires stable conditions to flourish. But due to the access-human interface on Earth geology and ecology, many global problems are introduced, like global warming, rising sea level, forest erosion, and many more. As a result, life on Earth experiencing instability. Health Organization discovered that 3 million deaths a year are caused by air pollution and is recognized as a contributing factor in the onset of heart disease and cancer. Along with the air pollutants, we must consider other environmental factors like temperature, humidity. Air temperature affects air movement, and thus the movement of air pollution. Because energy from the sun is absorbed by the Earth's surface, air near the ground is warmer than air that is further up in the troposphere. The warmer, lighter air at the surface rises, and the cooler, heavier air in the upper troposphere sinks. This is known as convection, and it moves pollutants from the ground to higher altitudes. In the case of humidity, it is a combination of dry air and water vapor. The degree of combination of this duo ultimately determines how hot or cold the temperature is. This scenario comes alive when we feel intense body heat and skin irritation or shivering uncontrollably. High humidity increases the rate of harmful or toxic chemicals in the air. It also causes dust mites in our homes, dampening air quality. Bacterial and viral organisms that cause respiratory infections thrive due to high and low humidity. Low humidity also causes airborne germs. This entire scenario leads to critical situations which are not only harmful to humans but also to other species. We need to find a solution that stabilizes the conditions and leads us towards a better world that everyone deserves. The Digital Twin of Earth project is among the promising technologies that will provide the solution to save our Mother Earth. Suppose we succeed in implementing fusion of digital twin of Earth and digital twin technology in healthcare. In that case, it will highlight the effect of the Earth's changing environment on particular human replicas. We can digitally create an Earth-like climate to examine its internal and external impact on the human body with the existing health conditions. GIS can be used to explore collating open data to develop a digital twin of city air quality to inform public understanding of health issues, find ways to improve air quality, and move towards a healthy breathing city. We will be showcasing the impact of rapidly integrating multiple open data sources into an interactive digital twin using our cloud-based real-time simulation platform. In other words, healthcare scientists can tackle what-if scenarios without affecting the safety of individuals. The information that this project will generate, not to mention the insights that it will reveal, could drastically improve society's understanding of the challenges and risks of air pollution. More importantly, we will present multiple ways for reducing air pollution and allow cities to understand the importance of green energy, sustainable transport, e-waste management, e-mobility, and vegetation management. Moreover, every government needs to assess the air quality targets which are allocated to cities on an annual basis. Our little initiatives will make a huge difference for our future generations. We urge you, let's work together to make our Mother Earth livable and beautiful. After all, it's incredible in the universe. Our Mother Earth.
So you can see how it is related with the digital twin. So this is more about our project Satellite for Health.
Have you ever experienced a changing weather effect on your health? The answer is not that much simple. Changing weather can have a long-time adverse effect on human body. We proposed Destination Earth project that intends to identification of primary climatic factors influencing public health. Characterizing the impact of weather factors on the hospital admissions and patient length of stay. Modeling correlation between the satellite imagery and weather stations data. Develop a public prototype satellite-based health monitoring and resource requirement forecasting tools. Sentinel-3, Terra, Aqua and EUMETSAT satellites will collect land surface temperature while health data was collected from DHIR. A novel holistic approach is developed to process the datasets and forecasting. We are expecting a novel tool that can predict the hospital admission rate and patient length of stay by considering weather factors. This project not only discloses the crucial effects of weathers on health but also help us to improve our health facilities. Have you ever?
So you can see the aim of this to find the most significant satellite imagery data parameters influencing public health. Okay, and we will also see the effect of weather parameters on human health to model the correlation between the satellite imagery and weather station data. There is huge difference. So we want to develop a system by satellite imagery. We can better predict when weather station data and vice versa to characterize the climatic factors impact on the hospital admissions and patient length of stay, factors on the hospital admissions and length of stay we can understand, and to develop public health monitoring and resource requirement forecasting tools so that we can ensure optimum care quality with the minimal resource requirements. So these are the data sets we are using. Okay, Environment and Resource Authority and FreeMet is providing weather data. So we are using daily average, maximum temperature, minimum temperature, temperature variations, humidity, UV index, and sunshine hours. That's for weather station, while satellite data we are using minimum surface temperature and humidity and sunshine, all these through satellite. Then hospital data we are getting from Mater Dei Hospital in Malta. Thankfully, this is the hospital which is covering almost all population of this country. So we are having very high quality data for the nation. Okay, so discharge data, and that's almost 10 years data. Okay. So this is just schematic representation of various techniques we are using. Okay, and then we are using machine learning tools. Okay, and these are programming languages we are using. So some of the results, so we can easily see here, okay, maximum variation in temperature is affecting a lot our health. Okay, so contrary to our belief that minimum temperature, maximum temperature is affecting, no. The variability means what was the temperature yesterday and what is the temperature today. Okay, so that's affecting our health. Okay, then when the variation is from 1 degree centigrade to 2 degree centigrade, means the temperature today increased by 1 to 2 degree centigrade, then maximum temperature is affecting our health, but minimum temperature is not having impact on our health, significant impact on our health. Okay, similarly on our length of stay, so that's number of admissions. Okay, so on length of stay, how long a patient will stay in the hospital, maximum temperature is playing the biggest role. And when the temperature is more than 21 degree centigrade, then average temperature is also playing role. And when the maximum temperature is 21 degree to 30 degree and average temperature is also that, then minimum temperature is also playing a role. Okay, so you can easily see even the length of stay is getting affected by weather. Okay, so digital twin we proposed. Okay, so it is using prescriptive and predictive analytics in that. Okay, so we are simulating human and then we are trying to see how various factors are affecting that human. Okay, so using as much data as possible of that person. Okay, so that we can individualize or customize that system so that, okay, so for example, I don't know, maximum temperature is affecting our health, but if someone is, I don't know, elderly, it might affect more than others, so we will consider that age. Then some particular genotype, some particular, you know, previous history of health, many things might affect, so we will further improve that prediction, and based on that we can give highly individualized accurate prediction. Okay, so we are collecting as much data as possible about that person. So person is using our app, can provide all his data, and it is also keeping the history, so like where his travel history and family history, medical history, all these it is keeping, and diet and activity history as well. And based on that, it will predict that person and prescribe. Okay, so instead of calling a hospital whenever you are ill, hospital might call you before that, tell you you might have a, I don't know, high risk of this disease, so take this precaution or treatment or therapy to deal with that, and you will improve. Even your behavioral changes can easily be identified through this system. So it can help predicting health status, predicting disease risk, recognizing unexpected health changes, identifying factors affecting health, determining the most affecting treatment, therapy, behavioral intervention, dietary intervention, improving patient monitoring. Okay, it can also give disease warning. It can also a very good tool for patient education. Okay, it is providing physical and physician and patient relationship better. Okay, so patient education might also include when you should see your doctor, when you should not, so it can alarm. Okay, even how to take medicine, how regularly, and all the predicting resource requirements, ensuring resource availability, because it can alarm the hospital that you might expect that many patients. Okay, it is actually focusing on prevention than cure. Okay, so reduce hospital visits and facilitate effective telemedicine. Okay, so it actually we are working on developing medicine as an open loop system, better personalized medicine, reducing medical errors, controlling drug resistance. Okay, so you will get minimum drugs whenever essential. Okay, to avoid drug resistance. Okay, you can also avoid hospital acquired infection by reducing the crowding at hospital. Okay, you can also reduce insurance premium due to less health cost. Okay, you might also share your patient log with others. Okay, so like instead of going to the hospital, you just share your digital twin to the doctor, and doctor will try various treatments and will inform you if you really need to go to the hospital or you can be treated at home. So promptly recognizing and containing infectious disease outbreaks, promptly recognize factors responsible for non-communicable diseases, developing better public health measures and policies, analyzing impact of public health resources, health fraud detection and prevention can be done by this. Okay, so there are many other projects like IoT based contact tracing model, where we are keeping anonymity of the patient by using low cost RFID for COVID-19. We published it in June 2020 at the beginning of COVID-19, and it can also trace any moving object, so not just human. Okay, and we can find out flagged, so it can alarm you, and we can find out where might be the maximum probability of infection, where is the minimum, so we can go for how to protect and everything. Okay, and it can also be helpful for developing a disease network so that it can find out where are the chances of disease and where are less, or what disease might happen. Then we use contactless self-service kiosk for healthcare, and then we are also trying to find out other factors affecting our health or hospital admissions and length of stay. Okay, so all these we are making in a mobile app as a digital twin mobile app. Okay, so and then the biggest challenge was missing data. So we are using missing data handling techniques to emulate that missing data, so it can easily emulate by having various extracting various patterns. Even it is able to take decisions based on the previous history. So decision support system we are making. Okay, and also disease progression modeling. So for example, HIV. Okay, then various disease prediction. Okay, so all these we are doing. Okay, so lack of time I'm not going because I have already covered 1 hour. So I hope you liked that. I invite you to participate in a conference we are organizing here on 24th to 27th November. It's in a hybrid mode, so you can also participate in virtually. We try to keep special price for Indian participants. So this is a special price. Okay, and you still have time to submit your paper to this conference. So thank you very much indeed for your attention, time, and interest. And now I'm here for questions if you have time. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Lalit sir. Thank you so much for your valuable information presenting here. In CCPSAT 2022, we have motivated with a lot of things, and we have noted down a lot of things like blockchain and what is the global health challenges, how to analyze the sleep analysis and all, and what are the healthcare technologies you have and the extended healthcare intelligence, and what is the difference between the complex systems and family systems and all. Also, we came to know that what is the reality and versus perception things and all, and also what is the difference between the healthcare system in terms of private and as well as the public. We have received a lot of information from you, sir. Thank you so much for presenting here in CCPSAT 2022.
You. Well, summarizing the presentation. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, sir.
So finally, just if you or anyone is interested to collaborate or have any question, you can always contact me through emails or LinkedIn or any other means.
Sure, sir. Sure. And also we have noted that that conference details also. We wish we will publish paper that. Thank you so much, sir.
All the very best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, we'll wind up this session, followed by lunch session is there here. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. All the very best. Bye-bye.